All right, pussies, what's up? It's your boy. You know what? That was really gay. I didn't like that. Anyway, we're gonna hop into the video. All right, so let's talk Bitcoin. Well, I mean, this has been the most fun one this week. Let's be real now. I mean, the stock market just looks fucking, I don't know, whatever. But Bitcoin's looked the most fun. So we flipped 30-day. We have flipped 7-day, and we have now flipped 90-day. In fact, we closed above it. So that's really good. And I tweeted this on Twitter. I think I might even said it in the last video, but I said target the 90-day, right? Reasons why. I mean, let's just run through it again here. But, I mean, look, big composite here, no break lower, held above the point of control. It closed above value area high. We've kept going up. This is a 2-day composite here. Right, so this is a 2-day composite, which is good. This is a tail. Be careful because tails can get weird. So this tail here, I guess I'll just draw it for those who are unfamiliar. But tail kind of looks like this. It is bullish, so that's called a bullish buying tail, which is actually good. But if you just want to take a look back in history here, like, you know, this is a selling tail kind of. This is a buying tail into a selling tail, back into a selling tail. So tails can just get weird. Like even right here, you got a buying tail, price actually move lower. So same thing here. There's another buying tail here, but I don't know. You just be careful. So technically, this is bullish for now, and it has been bullish, right? We talked about this in the last video about how. Actually, I guess I'll show it quickly, but there's no point to show the weekly because we're midweek right now, but I'll show it anyways. But what I was trying to point out is basically bears have failed to send it lower, right? Like we have this huge multi-week composite that's going from the back of the middle of November to now. I mean, right now, I mean, it's good, right? Like when we combine this at the end of Sunday, if this is still within range, I mean, we're just going to get more value to go off of. But, yeah, I mean, it's trying to fill these single prints right now. That's kind of where it's stalled at. If we hold this 90-day, I would just straight up target the 365 VWAP. And then when this happens, if you do get into here, watch for what happens in this range. Because the 200-day historically has always been where the cycle rejects at, right? I guess real quick, just while we're at it, I'll just show you. 200-day and 365, right? When it breaks down, oh, whoa, we're coming on the screen. There we go. Historically, you know, it goes up and rejects it when it does its final drop down. And that's kind of the move we are looking for again here. Yeah, so they haven't crossed yet. But if they were to cross, I mean, let's see here. It's really hard to say. Maybe by February. Yeah, okay. So just be aware that if you get a big death cross like that, you know, historically, it's been where big drops were. Yeah, I don't know. You kind of just gotta wait. But as of right now, I mean, things look good for now. Like the bull trend for now is definitely intact. So I guess we could look at it this way. Short-term bull trend is definitely intact, and we know this, right? We've gone over this a few times. I even said start looking for upside. The long-term frame is still bearish, right? Like even if we reclaim this, we're still a whole, you know, $26,000 plus from the all-time high, and this is pretty normal. The stock market looks exhausted. Bitcoin looks kind of exhausted. It's just doing its final, you know, bear market rally, if that makes sense. And this always happens, right? Like this always happens. It happens every cycle. This is just what happens. It happens with both markets. That's really all I have to say. I would just watch for any rejections in this range. Like if you lose the 90-day and close below it, that would probably be pretty bearish. All I can really say is you just don't want to target back under the value area high. Like you just don't want to fall back into it, if that makes sense, right? If you do fall back into it, look for rejections lower, point of control rejection down, right? I don't think that happens just yet. I will say this, I think it's close. The fact we pushed up this early, which even caught me a little off guard, like I was expecting this move to kind of take some time to pan out, but this week it just went straight up. And honestly, sometimes the asset does that. I would just be cautious. If you are to target higher and get acceptance above these values, I would start looking just for a psychological level to flip is 110,000. But I would start targeting more of the breakdown areas, specifically kind of in here. So I would start probably targeting this 113 to 115 range. That's what I would do, right? Because that's kind of where big rejection failed to get above. My short is still up here at 116, so that's what I'll be watching. But this big area here where we failed to or reclaim and hold above, and we broke down from, that's what I would watch. But yeah, right now, I mean, that's the trend. There's nothing really to do in this range. Like, your shorts are here, kind of, like in this range. I would not FOMO the long here. I think that's a bad trade if you're trying to FOMO the long there. That was a horrible X. Like, I would not try and long this and chase. Your longs are back here off this composite, or off the multi-week composite, or off this back composite here. Yeah, the only thing I would say is worry about losing the 90-day, worry about going back under the 7-day, and worry about going back under the 30-day VWAP. Other than that, it's fine. There's not much to say. Yeah, like, it's pretty normal short squeezing. I guess what we'll talk about quickly here is Coinbase, or at least Brian Armstrong. They're probably going to pull out of supporting the recent acts, specifically the Clarity Act, I believe. So one of the things about the act here, if you guys want to read through this, here it is. It's like 280 pages long. But I went through and just got Gemini to kind of summarize the good and the bad of it. But one thing that really stood out to me was the whole stablecoin rewards thing. Like, I didn't understand why they wanted to get rid of some of those rewards. Like, that didn't make sense to me. And then it sounded like they were gonna like KYC, or like try to KYC decentralized protocols like DApps and DeFi protocols. I was like, that didn't make sense to me. Yeah, like, I don't know, you can read like section 202, section 204, section 203. There was just some really weird stuff. I didn't understand it, but I think like the market was up on this news beforehand. I'm curious to see if it sells off. Like, it's kind of like a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. I don't know. It's hard to say. I will say this: I haven't seen any real hard bidding. The spot's kind of been up, but when spot goes up like this in this type of the cycle, like, usually they're doing the final like push with the stable coins to squeeze out some shorts before going back down again. So again, like, I'm pretty sure we're just doing the bull market confirmation, or sorry, the bear market confirmation move. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much more to say about it right now, other than it is up and it's fine. But watch for the stall out when it happens, and it looks like we're sort of getting a little bit right now. I mean, we're only down about $1,000, but I would just watch if this gets exhausted and falls back down here. Okay, that's all I really want to say for Bitcoin right now. I think it's fine. It's doing fine. Whatever. I guess actually, you know what? Real quick, I know what we'll do. Probably because we haven't talked about this in some time. So as for USDT dominance, I mean, we held the support line. I would start targeting somewhere up here. Either to fail to break back into this channel, or fail like at the red line here, which is kind of a reduction zone. I would watch for that. And that level's right around 5.2-ish. Yeah, and then as for the Bitfinex Longrate, let's move to the daily for this. I mean, dude, one thing I think no one's paying attention to properly, we are up a whole 17K from 80K. 17,000. And we have barely curled over here. Barely curled over here. And like, usually, like, when you're in a bullish environment, it goes like straight for it, right? Like, what we'll do, we'll overlay, how about we overlay Bitcoin? Like usually, even when you make a little bit of a move, it really sells off. Like that's how you know it's going hard, right? But I mean, it's up 17,000 from 80K, and I mean the long rate only has less than a 3,000 difference rate. So here's 73,000. It's at 70.84 right now. That's closer. It's closer to 2,000. Like it's not even $3,000 sold off yet. I mean, you see, like, you can clearly see it in the chart here. Like it's up. Right? And usually when you get those reversals, I mean, this thing fucking goes for it, right? Like look at all these. Like usually when she goes, she goes. So I'm just not sure that this is the real like bull market breakout everyone's looking for. Yeah, like in even alts, like I mean, ETH is up, I guess. But again, I think it's just doing the thing that it always does, where it kind of just follows Bitcoin. But I don't know. This fractal here, actually really off-center. I don't know why, but I mean, I don't know. Like it's been following this pretty closely for the most part. I guess it's kind of part of the way from now, but I'd be looking for some weird soft at some point. Where could we go here? Maybe something like this. Here, let's hold that up. So maybe this dip here was back here, and now we're pushing up, and this is it before it sells off again. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's just a fractal. It's not really something I care about. Fractals just they're just patternistic. They only mean something till they don't, right? But if I was to remove this, I mean, I guess good, but target somewhere up here maybe for rejection or like a failure in this area. Yeah, it's not really much I want to do here on on ETH, if I'm being honest. I don't know. It's just if you miss the longs are back here, I mean, there's no point of chasing an already 1,000-point move almost. So I don't know, but I guess it's good we broke out a little bit from the lower value VWAP here. It's just can you hold above it and continue up, which I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, right? We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I really wanted to share. Hype right now, Hype still looks like shit, and that guy that's been selling off millions is still selling off more, and he unlocks more on the 19th. That Tornado Cash wallet. So I'd probably like for this to do some sort of a scam pump before selling off again. That's all I can say. Sol, I don't know. Sol's dog shit. I don't even want to talk about this asset. It's terrible. So this is weird. We're kind of in like double hanging man. I don't know if we'd quite call this a hanging man, but it kind of looks like we're in a hanging man kind of, I don't know, what do you call that, a hammer pattern right here, like back to back. Yeah, like I don't know, interesting. Like I guess we closed kind of at the top of this VWAP here. This was an interesting profile because intraday it actually went down pretty low. Yeah, look at that. I actually held this VWAP from last. So this VWAP here is the highest high in 2025, right? Like that's what this is marked from. It actually bounced right off of it and pushed up, and kind of went right under. Yeah. It's weird. Why does it do that? So this gets weird because I'll be honest. This lower VWAP from the low here, it's right there at 68.35. We're gonna call it 68.35. We'll use round numbers. So I don't know. This gets really interesting because the bears definitely sent it below here. Bulls did step back in to hold it above. But with this structure playing out now and this big gap lower, I mean, fuck, if they fill that, I'd be surprised. But if they do fill it, I would look for some reversal off of it. But this is right now, in my opinion, is testing the bulls' steam. So holding over this white VWAP is important. It's 68.53. I mean, psychologically, let's just call it 69.50, not 68. What did I say? But I would just watch that. Another thing we could look for here is if we just go from this high. Where does this go? 69.45. Yeah, I would probably just watch that. That general 5-point range is important. So we don't want to fall back into the box. That's for sure. RSI is, I don't know. Breadth is really overextended, especially for how weak that rally was today, or that attempt to hold it above. CSEO's on the way down. I don't know. VIX today as well. Like, let's look at the VIX. Yeah, we're back above the green, and it's looking bullish. She looks like she wants to rip. It actually peaked at just over 18 today. Wow. But we've definitely held above. What about core 1 month here? Yeah, it's doing that reversal pattern again. I don't know. Remember, whenever this reverses, it's usually not fun. So, hard to say. Just keep an eye out. Doesn't mean it has to be today, tomorrow, or next week, right? Like, this can take some time to play out into February or March or something. But I think it's close. I really do. And I listened to the last video. I think it's really close before we get some larger sweeping correction. And that's okay. Assets are going to do that. Now, it doesn't mean we go to zero, but it means you're probably in for some volatility. And I'll be honest, with how VIX structure is, it's not the best profile I'd use. I like vol signals is VIX structure quickly, but I don't have it with me right now. But something like this, like you basically flip 19 and a half, and you're gonna see some upside. And it peaked 18 today. There's not much to hold it down. And I've been saying for about a month now that the VIX can't go much lower. And I mean, I'm not wrong. Like it really couldn't go much lower. Like again, it's not even made a new low. It's just made I guess a lower low in recent times. But I've been saying this for months. It's bullish VIX structure. I don't really know how to explain it better than that, but it is bullish VIX structure. It usually always does these little pops for a bigger move. So if I had to guess, probably gonna see a 30 plus VIX in February. If I was to guess, I'm betting like personally closer to like 40, maybe 50. But I'm gonna say we're probably gonna see closer to 30 VIX in the future. Yeah, maybe it's in March, maybe it's in April. I don't know, but I think it's soon. I think it's very soon. I mean, yeah, we lost the 7-day VWAP here. There's no single prints, which is actually kind of a good thing because, I mean, this means they probably won't get filled. But we lost the 7-day. Now you would start targeting the 30-day, right? We're barely holding above that right now. You don't want to lose that. And then you would start targeting the 90-day, right? So that's all I can really say. It's not much. The Nasdaq, on the other hand, this thing looks like fucking shit. There's lots of composites here. I guess we can combine. I mean, you lost the 7-day, and now you're below the or like right at the 30-day. There's a huge composite here that held, and then I don't know. This gets weird. I've been using like for me like I usually trade SPX directly. Same with like Nasdaq. I don't like when I bid SPY or QQQ. I just always do the conversion. Like I always just do this. So if you guys see me doing this, just convert it to whatever in the SPX or sorry in the SPY or the QQQ. But I like using the big index because I think it paints more of a photo. I mean, you have this 2-day composite here, and this is now built out a selling tail. I mean, this is a huge composite here, and now we've lost it, right? God, I have none of this updated because I just haven't been really executing trades. I've just been sitting on my positions, so I apologize if this is not beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, say this, and I've said this before, the Nasdaq is the weakest of the bunch, and it looks like fucking shit. Like, XLF today was okay, bank earnings were okay, JP Morgan missed. Tomorrow's TSMC, definitely watch that. But, I mean, yeah, Google was down a bit, Amazon down, Meta, Microsoft down, Nvidia, again, big laggers of the bunch, Tesla down. Once Intel goes, I think the market really goes. I don't know, like, it's just, yields, the US yields calmed down quite a bit, which is good. The Japan ones are still very high. They're a little bit down right now, but they were very high. Yen's still pretty weak. Oil's still just doing its thing. Gold is up. Silver at 92. I think silver peaked like 93 today, and it was showing 100 plus in Shanghai. I don't know, guys. Like, I think we're close. I've been saying it. But I think we're very close. I think we're very, very close. I think we're very, very, very close. I don't know. I don't think you get this big of a drop. If you do, I mean, God save everyone. But I think it's close. I really do. I think we're in for some volatility. It's just a matter of when. And I don't know. I've been transparent. I've been hedging VIX ETFs for going into Q1. And I've been hedging downside puts all through this range. I was very transparent about it. What was my call? I think I said 69.45 is where I was hedging, and that's where it stopped. It went a little higher. Went 40 points higher, so I'm sorry, 40 points higher. Who knows? Maybe there's a little bit upside left. Maybe it's the start of a downwards move. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. You guys know my positioning for Q1, that's for sure. It's definitely more downside paced than it is up. It's more downside hedge than it is upside paced, that's for sure. Last thing I guess we can look at is just M2. A little bit of drive up, but mostly down. I don't know. Mostly down. We'll see what this updates by the end of the week, I guess. I think that's it for me to share. This is what I wanted to share. I forgot about this. So Goldman Sachs funding spreads rollover means leverage capital stepping back. This isn't a sell sign itself, but it's really when spreads compress, SPX often contracts 1 to 12 weeks later as position degrosses. Big picture, sharp money is running in risk after a melt up. There we are. Here we are. So yeah, I mean, this is another thing I was looking at. I guess another thing to look at would be skew as well. Skew's a little bit elevated. But basically what it's implying is you know, large capital's probably going, hey, you know, it might be time to, you know, yeah. But you can definitely see like when it peaks and it rolls over, rolls over just after. You know, it started to peak and roll over as we started to grind higher. Rightfully so. I mean, I've been saying this. We've been seeing exhaustion. Things were overvalued. It was probably time for a pullback. So this is something I would definitely keep an eye on. There's a couple other metrics you can look out for. Like I've been saying, just watch the VIX. You know, watch credit spreads. Watch, you know, watch that correlation index. VIX, obviously, right? But it's time. Like we all know it is. It's just a matter of when. And yeah, we're just gonna have to see how deep the correction goes before some long signals go again. Again, the top might not be in. You know, this could definitely go higher. I'll be honest, just I think if it's not in, it'll be in within no more than like 3 weeks. Personally, I think it'd be in by at least the second week of February if it's not in already. Yeah, that's really all I have to share. Like, I don't know. Like, Intel's been doing great, right? Like Intel's been doing pretty damn great, but yeah, I mean, Intel's definitely the strong of the bunch, but I wouldn't want to see some sort of, you know, rejection off like 2024 highs or something like that. Or like even there, I guess. I don't know. It's close. It's close. I think Nvidia, when Nvidia loses 180 and goes lower, I think that'll really put a staple on things. This stock's hilarious because it's marked like it's just marked the last like few cycle tops and stuff. But what's really funny is this is the first time where it's kind of diverged and gone, no. But I mean, even just looking at it, like, who the fuck wants to own or trade that? It's just been getting rejected off every push it's been trying to get. So, I don't know. I don't want to have these lines here, but it's probably the one stock where I would trim or at least get out of for a bit. That's I don't know. I've just been short on it, so I don't know. That's all I can really share. Like this is just kind of a midweek update, right? This one's actually a pretty long one compared to my normal midweek updates. I think usually the Sunday ones are the longer videos, but this is nothing right now. Screaming, go balls to the wall, long on. 10-year by 2, still pretty elevated. Hasn't really sank lower. Kind of just flirting with that line again. Mortgage rates pretty flat, although consolidating. Definitely consolidating. Credit spreads for options. We'll probably see a little bit of a tick change in this tomorrow. So, I don't know. That's something to watch. It hasn't made a new low yet, that's for sure. This yield index, I mean, this is interesting to me. This is definitely interesting how it's not gone lower. Like, I thought it would easily sweep these lows by now. This is still somewhat elevated. It's definitely one to watch. Remember, guys, when these spreads and stuff get blown out, that's when you get those crazy VIX spikes. And it's just, I don't know. It's just something to keep an eye on. Oil's just doing whatever. Gold's still up as it should be. Silver's still really up as it should be. I don't know. I think it's close. HGX filled this gap barely. Not even halfway through. 30-year, doesn't really matter. 10-year, still elevated, consolidating. 30-year Japanese 10-year, highest they've ever been, just fucking flying. So, yeah, I don't know. Yen still on the move up, that's for sure. Actually, reswept this high, so I guess the next level's to watch, or if it sweeps this high or goes past it. Got about halfway to 160. It was damn close. It was just shy of 500 points away. So, that's just, I don't know, that's the only thing I really say to watch. Yeah, I think I'm just going to eat. Oh, last thing, VVIX. This is holding above 100. This is to watch. This is definitely to watch. VVIX above 100 hold. That's definitely to watch. So watch VVIX holds above 100. I forgot about that. Nikkei down a little bit here, but it also went on a pretty crazy parabolic rally here. So, I don't know. We're close. We all know it. Just got to sit and wait. Anyways, take care. Love you guys. Bye-bye.